All right, well, here we are. We're back again. But lots of stuff been going on in my life. Lots of changes, but we're kind of hitting our stride again. I think, yeah, since I last saw you guys, I got a new job at a 911 ambulance company. That one's working out pretty well. I do like it a whole lot more than the one I was doing beforehand. Why am I looking for traffic? There's nobody out right now. I like it more than the one I was doing before. Yeah, uh, this one is a little more exciting. I mean, yeah, it is like the same thing all the time, but it's more exciting. There's more freedom in what I do. Yeah, um, I enjoy it. Uh, but other than that, I mean, going to the gym, the stuff at church has been going real well. There's a bunch of men at our church. I think this is like kind of something we've really been focusing on. Um, Amongst like the men at our church. But generally speaking, most churches don't have um, like masculine dudes hanging out, getting to know each other. It's not, I wouldn't say it's villainized, but it's not promoted in most churches. We have guys that are like single, married, could be any walk of life, and we all just kind of hang out and do our thing. And it's something that I think me and this like kind of core group of these guys are really pushing. And we're seeing a lot of growth from it. But yeah, so certain like avenues of my life have been gaining new ground and really just trying to be pushing those things. But I'm hitting the stride where I have a little more leeway in being able to put effort into other things, like you guys. But yeah, so today, what am I doing at the gym? We're going to be going in. Yeah, we're squatting. I added something in. It's kind of like a weighted back extension hold. So you're essentially using the glute ham, not machine, but gosh, you guys will see it later. But you kind of just sit there and like your body is you're holding your body over nothing, and then you hold like a big old heavy dumbbell, and it's essentially focusing on I guess your lower back, kind of being able to hold weight. So I think and I've been seeing a lot of progress with that. It has been not feeling good because like it's been feeling difficult, but I've noticed it may have an effect on, I guess, my lifting in other ways, in other days I go to the gym. So that has been good. But other than that, what else? We're gonna do some. Oh yeah, no, it's not belt squats today. It's it's a couple other lower. Today is like a lower body specific day, and it's nothing too crazy. Squats. We do have heavier squats today. We're gonna see how that feels. My low back for like the last like 4 5 months has just been like kicking me in the teeth. So we've really had to focus on lowering the weight, lowering that intensity, just so we could make sure to, I guess, ease our body's aggression. So I think that's gone very well. But so we're gonna see how it feels today. Like this last on Wednesday, we did our deadlifts, and we're nearing 500 again for a set of 6, and it didn't hurt. So we're gonna see how. But the thing is, like deadlifts, surprisingly enough, deadlifts don't really hurt my lower back. Strange, but squats do. I mean, yes, if my back's hurting well enough, it'll crop up in the deadlift. But again, this is really just like it goes back to the individualized experience of each lifter when they go to the gym. Some people will experience back pain in deadlifts. Some people will experience back pain in squats. It could be some people experience back pain in bench. It could be whatever. It's going to be highly individualized. So for me, like the squats are usually where back pain will crop up, and it will usually bleed into other areas of the gym. So I guess like just like me, a lot of you guys, when you go to the gym, it's really important that you identify If pain starts to come, you got to identify like where it starts out, and then try to start limiting, not limiting yourself. But I think the one mistake most people make is they just decide not to go to the gym. Hey, I need to take a rest. I need to not go to the gym. I just need to let my body recover. Um, that's not how the human body works. Yes, the human body does recover. That is true. But the human body, like, it's an adaptability machine. It is like the most adaptable machine in the known universe. When you ask it to do something, it's like, okay, how can I get better at that one thing? However, the human body also has its own unique way of telling you, I don't want to do this anymore. So if your body doesn't want to squat anymore, it will usually introduce like a certain amount of pain, thinking, okay, this activity, it's something I don't like. I need the person controlling the mind to stop making us do this thing. So it'll introduce low back pain. And so the way you counter that is not, okay, I'm going to take a break, because it's just like giving a kid who throws a tantrum some chocolate when he wants some chocolate. That's not the thing you do, or otherwise he's going to become a fat slob and he's going to get everything he wants and he's going to become insufferable. But what you do is so for squats, I don't care about the kid, but for squats, we're going to start introducing lower intensity squat days. So it's, hey, usually I squat, say just random number, 315. I squat 315, but all of a sudden my back started getting pissed off at me. So, okay, now we're going to start with just the empty bar, and we're going to squat that for a set. Okay, that felt totally fine. Okay, we're going to throw, let's say 135 on. Okay, that felt pretty fine. 225. And then once you hit 225, it's like, okay, pain is starting to crop up. Okay, that's where we're going to cap it. So it's finding those entrance points where, okay, this is the first step I can take pain-free or with little to no price. So you need to be able to do that in your training. And so that's been my process for the last like 5 months. But I think I'm getting back to where I'm supposed to be. I was doing beltless stuff for a while. I was just trying to throw anything at the board just to see how I could decrease the intensity, decrease the pain response that I was getting. But I think we're at a good spot. I've like adjusted where I put my belt on. I actually put it kind of lower on my abdomen now. I think I've found the most benefit. Again, this is highly individualized. Some people like to lift their belt up high. I put it down really low, and I think that's really worked out well for me. So we're gonna squat today. We'll see where we're at. Today's a higher intensity sets, so it's gonna be lower reps and a little more weight. So we'll see how that goes. It should be good, but I guess you guys will see with me. Yeah, but after that, it'll be those low back holds, and then a couple other leg accessory movements. But it is also, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because of my switching jobs to the 911 ambulance, I'm a night shift guy, so this is the middle of the day for me. But yeah, okay, well, let's get inside and start doing this stuff. All right. Ooh, yeah, so kind of like, I guess, I mean, we're doing heavy squats today, so it's really just kind of worrying about like whether that back pain is going to crop up again. So like, especially in the warm-ups, it's really just like evaluating how bad the pain feels. So I did an empty bar already, and it felt pretty good. I was kind of worried, like as I was driving here today, my back, like it didn't. I'm not saying it was hurting, but it just didn't feel like. You know how you can kind of tell, like, oh, it's like teasing me. Like I think I might be hurting today. That teasing was there, but I've noticed also that teasing will crop up, but doesn't really mean too much. So like even while I was driving here, I didn't put too much stock into it. It's like I just noticed it. That's literally it. But yeah, so throw that. I did that empty bar. It felt good, no problems. But we're just gonna slowly go back up, and I think we're gonna end up somewhere right around 180, maybe 190 today for a set of 4. Well, so okay, what we're doing is work our way up. We're gonna do. It's only at RPE 6 today, so nothing too crazy, nothing too difficult. Because we're at the back end of that pain management, I guess, path, whatever, mission, one of those adjectives. But kind of at the end of that, I am doing my workup sets, so warming up, and then eventually I'll get to like say 150, and then that 150 will be my first working set, and then I'll do 2 more sets after that, where it's going to be like maybe it's not 150, maybe 160. I'll figure that out once I get around that area. And so probably 160, and then maybe 2 sets of 180 after that. I think that's what we're going to do today. That sounds about right to me. And also because 180 is like right at 405, so that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so I think that's the plan today. So far, it seems like it's feeling pretty good. We'll see how this goes. But join me in the warm-ups. I think, yeah, depending on how this one feels, we'll see where we end up. I don't know. I don't want to be so bold as to say this is gonna feel super easy, but like I'm not too scared of it. Yeah, there was no pain that last warm up, so we'll see how this one goes. But my guess, I mean, I've been doing like sets of 8 at 160. So, I mean, obviously, like, it's not gonna, like, it's more, how do I want to phrase this? Hmm. I guess it's not so much like me questioning whether I'm going to hit the thing, it's whether it's going to feel good. And, like, because I know if it doesn't feel good enough, like, that pain can crop back in. But if this set feels really good, which I'm thinking it might, I'm thinking it probably will. I'll throw on 180. If that 180 feels really good, then I'm going to do the 180 again. But if that 180 doesn't feel good, if it just feels like, I know, it's a little too difficult, maybe a little too strenuous on the back, then I'll throw like 170 on it. And I think that should be good. But, and again, this is kind of like all the methodology behind when you go to the gym, it's all kind of dependent upon what's happening at that moment. Some days you're going to come and feel like garbage, but you're going to lift great. But some days you're going to feel like garbage and you will lift like garbage. So it's more like right now I feel good. I felt questionable coming in with my low back, but I felt good in my lifts so far. But it all changes. Like it all be different. So you can kind of get an approximate estimation of where you think your weights are going to be. But so right now, my approximate estimation is that after this set, as long as it feels real good, we'll throw on 180 and we'll do our 2 sets of 4. And then we'll do all our accessory movements after that. Pretty much like whenever I come in, it's really sweating about that first compound movement of the day, either my squat or my deadlift. Hardly ever bench. I'm not really ever worried about bench. I think I just love bench. It's always been my faithful lady. But yeah, so then after that, it's like I go to my accessories and I don't even like think about those. I just do them, and it's no big deal. I can piddle away on my phone or whatever, and I'm just not worried about it. But it's always that first movement of the day. That's what I sweat. That's what I sweat over. But yeah, all right. Let's see how this feels. Okay, that felt good. Yeah, we're gonna go to 180. 180 should be no big deal. That was it. All right, we'll see how this feels. It should be an RPE 6, which just means that I should be honestly able to say that at the end of these 4 reps, I could have done 4 more reps. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah. Yeah. That's right now. I'm just waiting for my song that I have queued up to play. Yeah, it's from Super Sometimes, and I remember I went to Warped Tour this last weekend, and I don't know, somehow I snuck backstage for The Story So Far, which I mean I think they're incredible. And I was kind of determined to sneak backstage for them, or just to go backstage. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be back there. I went to the VIP area, and they let me through both the security gates. I showed them my wristband. They must have seen a different wristband because the one I had on apparently was not the one that was supposed to let me in there. But I just got backstage with the band, and The Story So Far was just getting ready, warming up and whatnot. And I was just standing there with one of the band members of Super Sometimes, and he was just standing there next to me. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. So, waiting for their song right now. Here we go. All right. Let's do this. Nice. All right. That was a 6. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that felt good. We'll do that for one more set. Yeah, I think there was minor back pain, in the unrack and setup. But I think that's really the only time I notice the back pain. I think that's kind of where it starts to crop up and then where it starts to disappear for me It's when I unrack, step back. That movement is usually where I'll feel the pain. But I know it's getting better because, like, when it's bad, I definitely feel it in the unrack motion. But then I'll also feel it, like, near the bottom of the squat as I'm coming out of the squat. But right there, I didn't feel it at all. Like, and even in like my re-racking, didn't feel it. So this was really good. Super encouraging. I'm thrilled that it moved like that. I mean, I haven't gotten too much. Sorry, formulating words. I'm still like, yeah. I haven't really approached weight like that for a while. In the squat, that is. So I think it's kind of getting my, not that my body's not used to lifting that kind of weight. Obviously, from the ease of it, my body's used to lifting that kind of weight. It's more like as the weight gets heavier, your body kind of adjusts to it differently. It's kind of like, how do I explain it? It's more like, it's kind of like the difference between, like, if you learn how to squat in flat-heeled shoes your whole life, and all of a sudden you throw on heels. It's like you're not used to lifting in heels, so you kind of have to, like, you just get used to that kind of emotion. It's the same with, like, the amount of weight that you hold on to. Like, depending on how the amount of weight, sometimes you'll lean forward more if it gets heavier. Maybe you'll lean back more if it gets heavier. It just depends on the person. So I know for the heavier weight, I could tell, like, as I was squatting down, my body wasn't used to, I guess, accommodating that much weight in the squat. It's been like that for a while. So, like, there were moments in that set right there where, like, I would lean forward on my toes a little too much. And I think I guess it's more, I have to retrain, or just, like, not retrain, but it's upping the volume of this really heavy weight. So it just reintroduces it more often. So my body just gets used to wielding this kind of weight. Yeah, but that felt really good. We'll go one more set, and then all of our stress will be over for the day in the gym, and we can get to the accessories and just goof around. Yeah. All right, so here we're gonna get the little back extension hold thingamajiggers, whatever they're called. I don't know what in the world these things are called, but this is the glute ham extension machine, whatever this is. Glute ham curls, something like that is what this thing's called. But we're gonna do our little back hold thing. It feels good. It's all that matters. But before that, I don't know, I've been thinking about this. I think there's like one topic that I think it's become a hot topic pretty recently. I think it has implications in the political realm, individual realm, whatever. But I think there was a phrase that actually was being taught at my church. Not a phrase, a verse. It was in a larger context that Sunday, but the phrase was, the cries of those reaping the harvest has reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And that phrase really stuck out to me. In the context, this was James chapter 5, near the beginning of it. But the context of it, it's discussing how the people of this world take advantage of the righteous, take advantage of the Lord's children because of their loving nature. But the cries of those people reach, and that term, the Lord of Sabaoth, it has a very intentional meaning to it. It means the Lord of hosts or the Lord of armies, which insinuates that it's not reaching the ears of the Lord of love, or, I mean, obviously it is, or the Lord of peace, or the Lord of prosperity. No, it's reaching the Lord of hosts, the hosts of heavenly angels, the host of raw power, insinuating that incredible vengeance will be taken for those who are his children, who have been, I guess, just taken advantage of in this world. Now, this can have all these implications. On one side of the aisle, it could be insinuating the host of illegal immigrants who come into the country and take advantage of our welfare system. On the other side, it could be the host of those rich elites taking advantage of us plebs. And I guess the toxic disparity between those two. But really all that it comes down to, it's the understanding that just like in the book of Job, the Lord sees the actual reality of what's happening, not the convoluted misunderstanding that I might have, but he sees the actual reality. He knows that, just like in the book of Job, he didn't have to explain it to Job, but Satan came to him and challenged him, saying, I bet I could turn anybody. And God says, look at this, look at my child Job. There's no way you got him. And just like in that situation, God doesn't owe us an explanation. We aren't owed an understanding of the disparities that happen in our world, because ultimately there will be a reckoning. There will be a total vengeance, and that vengeance will be oh so much worse than what could possibly be experienced on this earth. So I guess coming out of that, just thinking about, like, I mean, the way I've been wrestling through this, it's like really coming to the Lord and asking him, why is there so much disparity? Like, what can I possibly do to combat it? And coming to the realization that, yes, I will be fighting against it, but the outcome, I don't really need to worry about it, because it is controlled by someone a whole lot more powerful and more righteous than myself. And I mean, it gets me coming back to the understanding that if it were not for him, if it were not for the forgiveness and justification that has been placed upon me, that I would be in just the same place as those other people. And it gets me back on my knees because I would be in the same place as them. But it also just reinvigorates me in the struggle, that I know that the righteous will be paid for, that true justification, not justification, but true justice will be doled out to those who need it. And yeah, I guess there's some encouragement in there somewhere for those who are chasing after the Lord and his intent with life. You have all of the motivation in the world, because you know that your Father is on your side. But for those who are not in that camp, I pray for you. Yeah. But on that very somber and, I guess, downtrodden note, let's get these extension things in. All right, we got to time ourselves. All right. Just sitting here waiting. But these do feel real good, actually, right now. They feel better than last week, which maybe I'll do these. I'll keep it at this weight this week, and I think I'll up the weight next week. Usually, like back extensions, they're kind of like a movement, like you're moving during them. But I was thinking about this. I mean, that the movement applies to the deadlift for sure, but then for the squat, I mean, your lower back's not moving too much. So I thought it was going to apply really, like this would apply really well to the thing that I find the most back pain in. And it seems to be working. It seems to have a lot of benefit. And I'm seeing a lot of, I guess, application to the pain that I've been feeling over the last, I don't know, 5-6 months. So this is feeling good. I'll keep these things up because they seem to be doling out a lot of fruit in my progress. I mean, just in my squat set or today, the lack of back pain. I think, not saying that these are going to fix everyone's back pain. I'm not even saying it's because of the like mechanical faults or the mechanical weakness that was causing my back pain. I don't know. It just could be partially that as a reason, but it could be a bunch of other things that my body has been interpreting, and this is just combating it. It could be a multitude of reasons. But this seems to be working. I'm not going to try to understand it all, but I'm just going to keep doing these. Yeah. It is kind of nice, like just being here when nobody's here. Like I can talk to you guys at a normal volume because nobody's just going to look at me all strangely. Like, who in the world is this guy talking to? And then once they realize I'm just talking to the ether, talking to the possible like 5 people that watch this video, like, oh, he's just one of those cringy influencer dudes who's not really an influencer because he doesn't influence too many people. But, you know, whatever. Let's get this done. Goodness, words and concepts. All right, let's do this and get our cardio done and get home. So I am, yes, it is. It's like midday for me at 4:52 in the morning. All right. Ah, gosh. Okay, let's just, I'm done, finished. Let's go. Cardio. Reflecting on, I guess, what my goals are for the future. And I think it has like an application a lot with a lot of avenues in my life. In the gym, it's like, it has ramifications on other aspects of my life as well. It's almost like your life is complex. But so in the gym, I want to get back into competitive powerlifting. Right now, I don't have too many demands that would, like physical demands that would inhibit my ability to get back into competitive powerlifting. My body's feeling good. My numbers are still going up. And they're approaching where I was before. I think my squat is still the one that needs to move the most. Yeah, but those numbers are doing well, so I think I'm gonna get back into competitive powerlifting. Let's see. Yeah, but like I really need to stay true to my cardio. One, because like I still have I still have the stent in my aorta, so like I just want to make sure my heart is extremely healthy, my vasculature is in tip-top shape. Obviously there are also plenty of benefits for having a good cardiovascular system. Even with lifting heavy weights, your ability to recover. It's essentially your body's ability or capability to deliver oxygen to the muscles after going through an extremely anaerobic activity, which is weightlifting. So obviously there's that. But then also, as I'm going into fire, the demand is very much cardio based. You're doing a lot of, you're lifting, but it's kind of like carrying a lot of heavy weight as you do cardiovascular endurance. So, and it's usually while you're exposed to a lot of heat, which is why I'm doing a lot of rucking as well. I'll throw on, lightest is 45 pounds, and I'll ruck for like 5 miles. So I'm trying to get that adaptation for the fire career. And I probably will continue that for, I don't know, maybe the rest of my life. But especially as I get into that career, I need to be able to maintain that ability. Outside of that, like as I'm going into the fire career, I'm trying to figure out exactly I'm sure you guys can relate to it, but as you go into some kind of, could be a professional goal, or it could be educational, if you're going to college, but in that career realm, it's like, what can you push into that would have the most benefit in those areas? So I know right now, I mean, as a 911 ambulance EMT, I run into firefighters all the time. Every call we go on, there's a fire crew there. So it's, I mean, I've been asking them, not a ton, but I guess if they were in my shoes, a 30-year-old guy, which is actually kind of the ideal age to be in as you're getting into fire. A 30-year-old guy who has their mechanical engineering background, so all that math, science, understanding, like how, if you were this guy and you're an EMT working on a 911 ambulance, however, I don't have any study or knowledge in the fire system. The medical system, the EMS system, I definitely have an understanding of. I mean, I've like 7-8 months of experience. Obviously, it's not in-depth experience or understanding of it, but 7-8 months of experience in it. So I have a grasp of what I'm doing there. But I have essentially little to no grasp on the terminology and the structure, understanding of the fire system. So I know there is, I mean, you could start trying to get, like, take fire tech classes. I know there is benefit there, but I mean, I've heard from the crews I've talked to, they don't really suggest, like, I have to put this in quotes, they don't really suggest going the fire tech route, taking those classes. I mean, obviously, it's not going to hurt your chances in getting into fire to take fire tech classes. It's definitely going to help. But I think if they were in my shoes, the amount that it helps doesn't really outweigh the cost that it's going to take to get that. So I know I was talking to one guy. There is a position called a hand crew, where it's essentially you're just a wildland firefighter, where you go out and you dig trenches and stop fires from happening in the wilderness. And it's a very physically demanding job. People don't stay in that career. It's demanding. But it gives you, they do like train you in those fire classes, that understanding, that specific knowledge and education that is that fire services aspect of the job that I don't have. So it's essentially just trying to, like, the overwhelming suggestion I've gotten from this is, or from these fire crews, is that I need to just try to get my foot in the door. I mean, if I could get my foot in the door and I get the job as a recruit firefighter, that is obviously like the golden ticket. Your career is set. But the more realistic goal is, hey, become an ambulance operator for one of the fire crews, or go in as hand crew in wildland services. And they will give you at least some kind of training and education in the fire services. So that's kind of where I'm aiming career-wise. And I know there, like, you guys out there, you have an understanding. It's trying to find the thing that will give you the most bang for your buck. So that most benefit for the time that you have to invest. I know, like, taking the classes, it's a good time investment. And yeah, I'll be able to find time during the day, but, like, I'm still going to have to go through the academy whenever I get my first fire job, whether it's an ambulance operator, hand crew, or as a firefighter. They're going to send me through their academy. So you'll get that education no matter what. So would you rather spend your own dollar to get that education? Or would you rather sell yourself, hey, I'm a mechanical engineer, you know I can do education, you know I can study. Your worry is not really there. It's more like, are you convinced that I really want to pursue this career? And I mean, I'm fairly certain I can communicate that. And then I'll get the education through their routes, I guess, being cost-free on my side. So, yeah, but yeah, other than that, I mean, there are other aspects of my life, like I'm really trying to focus on. I mean, the guys at church, we're really trying to focus on. I think this understanding of pushing male involvement at church, I think is very lacking in most places in the world. I mean, especially in America, but places in the world for sure. I think the more I've seen the men at my church really not just not like metaphorically flex their muscles, they're really very humbly coming out and I guess willing to serve, showing that they want to be servants of the church, they want to work for the church, they want to work for God's purposes, but they're not willing to bend their back to the people who I guess try to manipulate them emotionally, or like, why would you do it? Why would you do this way? It seems very mean, very condescending, when you're really just trying to push truths and a movement in the church that promotes masculine values. We are starting to see that at our congregation. I'm really hoping to see that in congregations around the U.S. And I think we're starting to see that, I guess, on social media. But I think there's an underlying movement in that direction, which I am very excited to see. And I hope to see more of it. And I think in our area, when I say our area, I mean in our area of Southern California, I think our church is kind of unique in that realm. We are seeing that, and I run into other guys who go to other churches who aren't seeing that. And this is kind of like something that they notice is very different about our church. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of, those areas are where I'm really pushing progress in my life, and I'm seeing a lot of fruit from it. But I guess I'll see you guys a little bit later. I think I'll probably throw you guys in for, I think, my Monday. We'll see how that goes. I gotta do some editing and stuff, but and push in for my overnight shifts over the next few days. But until then, I'll see you guys.